Smith here for Friday Shoutouts. Want to say a massive well done to so many children. I've been on Google Classroom and I've had a look at all of your contributions this week, so well done and thank you. Today is also VE Day, which Mrs Lord has explained about in her celebration assembly, so if you've not checked it out, do so. And when I was listening to her assembly, I couldn't help but make links to our Think Club activities this week. So for example, we did elaboration where we were planning a party this week, and a child in year 3 gave lots of ideas about his party that he would plan. But today there will be households planning VE celebration and parties in their own houses and staying safe, and maybe they will have bunting or table settings. I also heard in Mrs Lord's assembly the stories about the Queen when she was a princess 75 years ago, and perhaps today the Queen in her speech will mention some of her own memories, which links to some of the ideas that children have written about in Google Classroom. When they played the suitcase game, it made them think about their own memories. And one girl in year 5 said it's good to have a memory to perform a play because you need to remember the lines, and if you didn't remember the lines you'd look like a fool. She also played the suitcase game with her brother and he beat her, unfortunately. And another child in year 1 played the suitcase game with their brothers and sisters, and that child, he said memories are good because they help show an attachment to your family and friends. So I'm really looking forward to hearing the Queen's speech and seeing what her memories are of VE Day 75 years ago. Also want to give a shout out to some boys in 6T who took on Mrs Bradshaw's challenge, the jigsaw challenge and the plank challenge. Some good times there, boys, so well done. And I want to do a shout out to a girl in 6B who did some really clever links when she played the impossible game. She said that you can sit on a chair and a tree, and she recognised that you could put a phone to your mouth to speak and you can put a teacup to your mouth to sip from it. And really smart idea from her. She said that plants and pencils are similar because they both change sizes. A plant can grow and become bigger, and a pencil can be sharpened and become smaller, and I thought that was really clever, so thank you very much for your contribution. A child in year 4 said that a chair and a tree can both be wooden, a teacup and a phone can both be made from plastic, and a plant and a pencil both begin with the letter P. So a massive shout out to you as well. And I just want to give a shout out to some girls in year 5 who got into a big debate about what they would do if they were in charge. So one girl in year 5 had so many ideas. One idea was harsher punishments for crimes that were committed. Also giving money to poor people, making university free for everyone. And one girl said she would give schools the opportunity to come to school in no uniform, in their own clothes. But both those girls had people disagreeing with them, and it sparked a really long debate in their Google Classroom. So I'm super impressed with their thinking skills this week. Massive well done to year 5. But thinking about being in charge, it made me think about Mrs Lord's assembly again. And she mentioned that Winston Churchill was the Prime Minister 75 years ago and he was in charge on VE Day. And it made me think about the decisions that leaders have to make when they are in charge. And it might be something that you want to look at researching and finding out about the big decisions that people make. So lastly, I wanted to just say, in our unusual game this week, one question that I asked you to think about was, imagine if houses could talk. Well, imagine today, 75 years ago, VE Day, if your house was around 75 years ago, what would it have seen? What memories would it share? And I think that's something really interesting to think about today. So I'm just going to have a quick look down my list and all of our shout outs. Last shout out is a boy in year 5 who wanted me to know that every Think Club video he has watched and every Think Club video he has liked So I'm super impressed with that boy in year 5. Massive well done to you all. I can't wait to see you later for Think Club, and take care, stay safe, bye.